They spent 1.5 billion to convert office buildings to apartments.
Ooh.
Right? Think about that right there, man. Like, look how much money these folks on the other side of the fence is spending. And I put that article in there. And I'm actually got a whole video. We filming on this tomorrow. And I'm gonna put my thoughts. When I see things like this, y'all, this tells me like it don't matter what the hell going on. Investors are gonna invest.
Right.
Like it don't matter. Like if guys are out here spending 1.5 billion to do conversion, we have that same opportunity. How many people on this call right now? We got 103 people on this call right now. Think about if we all put up $25,000, $30,000. Think about how much real estate that we all combine, right? Yeah. These folks who are putting up 1.5, and this goes back to your collaboration piece, Greg, earlier. Yeah. These folks are out there putting their money together and buying up America. While a lot of us sit on the sidelines waiting for this perfect opportunity. It's like you ever seen somebody play double dutch and you just trying to jump the rope and they're not jumping in the rope yet, right? And they going back and forth with the double dutch. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all from the hood. Like don't do them, right? Like y'all know exactly what the hell I'm saying. Like this is the truth. And this is most people in life, right? They're playing double dutch with themselves. And these folks, they're not playing double dutch. They out here just jumping straight in the rope. And if they mess up, it don't matter. They jumping right back in. And I think that us going into 2023, 2024, if we don't not, one, collaborate with one another and put our money together and start buying, it could be, Jeremiah, Alton, and Fabian. Y'all three can be the triangle offense and put up 20, 30,000 a piece and go up and buy a couple properties and create a joint venture and continue going. It can be three complete strangers, right? Because your family and friends that you probably know ain't gonna want to invest with you anyway, right? They're gonna be all skeptical, but all three of y'all got the same like mind, so you can collaborate and buy more properties. And that's what the stuff that we have to start doing. We have to stop thinking that we have to own 100% of real estate when we don't.
Right.
Like you don't need to own. Yes, is it good to own your own properties and everything like that for yourself? But you gotta, if you want to scale your business, you gotta put your money up and put it up with other people, create the right business structures, have the know-how to move and shake and work as a team and build something together. Because sometimes I'm building, like real talk, me and Greg just met 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And these are like Troy shot all of them 4 or 5 years ago. And we're like best friends. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And we're building empires right now together. But technically, I mean, they all grew up together because they're family. I'm like the long lost cousin.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's indeed.
But it still started off as strangers, and we had to build up the trust and everything like that. And we work and we add our value, and now it's taken off to what people are saying now. And everybody on this call have that same ability. So like when we doing EYL University book calls and stuff like that, I encourage y'all, be on the side, exchange numbers, really network with each other, because all of y'all got the same like mind. And if you're on this call, that means you want to learn about real estate and you want to buy real estate.
Right.
So like, why not? Like, think about it. It's 106 of us on this call right now. I'm gonna do some quick numbers. Everybody put up 106. Everybody put up $25,000. Really look at that number. That's $2.65 million. $2.65 million times that by 3, right? That's $8 million, 7.95, basically $8 million. So I basically can take that money and go get $8 million worth of real estate. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like really think about how simple that shit is.
Now it sounds like there needs to be a new formula of how we, and we touched on this in group economics. See, the challenge I think with communities is that we get the philosophical standpoint, right? And we get the logistical standpoint, but the math, we got to get the math in order, right? So like, this is an opportunity where you could take this and invest it and grow it here, right? Like once we get I think we are on a cusp of understanding the compounding interest and the math behind investing, because I think once we understand that, anything is better than nothing. So, right, like not doing anything is not investing in anything. So you can expect nothing by putting nothing forward, but taking the risk or taking the step forward gives you the opportunity to make that $10, that $100,000, that $1,000 exponentially more. And how I look at it sometimes too is like, man, in this economy, many of us, are in situations where like that $10,000 that you spent in that other place, it can be the $10,000 that turned and flipped to the $100,000 in the right place. And so it's about finding the right place in the right time and the right relationships. Some of the relationships that we found ourselves in do more harm than good when it comes to investing. And so agreement is also key. And so what MG just brought up is critically important for us to understand. There's not a conversation or a feeler that you have to put out in this community, because people are already here who want to talk about investing. Like if you go to your neighborhood, you might have to convince someone like, yo, it's about time that we all invest. We should come together. You already got that here. And so now it's about like moving on that momentum and not looking at people here like you would look at someone you're just introducing investing to, but looking at them as a partner. How can we partner together? We're reading the same information. We're studying the same markets. We have a same drive. Why aren't we then moving to the next step? And so when we have these in-person gatherings, as well as these times in book studies to read together, study together, and grow together, we actually just need to put us together. Like we need to collaborate. The last piece is us connecting arms and saying, let's go forward. But that's that, you highlight a major part, and many people want to look at and examine and dissect and research. Some of it just is very simple. Are you about this? Am I about this? Let's protect each other. Let's go forward. Like it's not as complicated. Many would like to make it seem. And also, we also got to keep in mind that psychologically, the fear mongering around investing that we are up against, so it's important to tap in, man, and pay attention to those episodes, man, and the conversations that happen daily and weekly. I want to ask you this, brother. I know I know the commitment that you have made to this community and beyond, but brother, I'm seeing, MG, the mortgage guy, everywhere right now, and I'm excited for it because it keeps the message on the forefront, right? Like the downtime, we're in a community that doesn't have time to waste, so there is not a downtime. So talk about the hunger and the drive to continue to keep pushing forward the message, and how this effort leads to the next kind of area of growth for you, because the book is going to invite us to see this, right, and witness this. We're journeying with you, and so every time you put an episode, every time you put a Rents and Gems out, every time you put a fire chat conversation, we're with you, and so we can see, man, this is growing.
Well, I can tell you, like for me, 2022 has been an interesting year, and it's been a lot of challenges for myself personally and professionally. And sometimes when we get into those modes, when things are not going the way that you want them to in your personal life, especially, you kind of like either you bury yourself in work or you just don't work hard at all. And what I've realized, what keeps me going, what keeps my engine going, is just my pure love for being an educator now. And I never looked at myself as an educator ever before. And with going through my own personal and professional challenges, I had to find something that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
I
sir.
think as an adult, mental health is real. First things first.
That's a fact.
And if you're not if you're not in the right frame of mind, everything can kind of go downhill from there. So I had to kind of dig deep in myself, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And kind of, it was an ugly process, and it's still a process to this day. But I had to dig deep down to say, yo, what really makes you happy? Right? I can't go ball the way I used to ball no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go do certain things like I used to. Like, I'm a young whippersnapper. I'm not that young kid no more, and I really don't have that time, right? And I'm damn sure be sitting here playing video games all day. So I say, yo, I like content. I like media. So this is when you see Garland Media Group was birthed this year. And it's just another business that I started. And I have 5 dedicated employees. I have a full-time Emmy-nominated producer. I have 3 shooters/editors. I have graphic designer, all full-time people who work for me that people don't really know and really see.